The Springboks suffered a huge blow in Week 2 of the Rugby World Cup, where it has been confirmed that the outstanding Malcolm Marx has suffered a World Cup-ending knee injury during one of the Springbok training sessions. Whilst this comes as a massive disappointment to both Marx and Springbok supporters alike, Coach Jacques Nienaber and Director of Rugby Rassie Erasmus will have planned for the eventuality of losing such a star player. Coach Jacques Nienaber has not yet announced who he'll be calling up to the squad in France to replace Marx, but there are already specialist as well as utility options within the squad that could fill the role of hooker. Let's look at some of the potential options which the Boks could consider, as well as the strengths and weaknesses that these options will bring to the Boks setup. Within the current squad, number 1, Bongi Mbonambi. The veteran Bok has historically been the starting hooker, but more recently, Marx and Mbonambi have swapped roles and Mbonambi has taken up a spot on the bench as part of the infamous bomb squad. Probably the most obvious choice to replace Marx in the starting lineup. Strengths: effective at line-out time, aggressive on attack and defense, senior leader within the squad, great at controlling the ball at maul time. Weaknesses: can get a bit lazy, especially as a starter, not as effective at stealing ruck ball, discipline is not always that great, can give away penalties. Number 2, Deon Fourie. At 36 years of age, Fourie is probably one of the unluckiest loose forwards to have missed out on Springbok selection over the years. But with the outrageous depth and talent that South Africa have to boast in the loose forward department, one can understand why. Strengths: utility forward, can play in the loose and hooker, fantastic at stealing opposition ruck ball, impressive work ethic to get round the pitch, line-out throwing is accurate, also possesses leadership abilities, leads by example on the pitch. Weaknesses: bit of a hothead, can give penalties away. Number 3, Marco van Staden. The Blue Bulls loose forward has managed to retain his place in the Springbok setup thanks to some very impressive performances off the bench. A master of go forward ball, Van Staden is one of those players that gets you over the advantage line every time and makes sure the opposition don't. Strengths: hugely impressive with ball in hand and on defense, very effective at stealing opposition ruck ball. Weaknesses: not a specialist hooker, although the Boks have ensured Van Staden is trained at hooker in the Boks setup. Line-out accuracy may be an issue. Outside squad options. Number 4, Joseph Dweba. Dweba was lured back to South African rugby after a 2-year stint in France with Bordeaux, just in time for the British and Irish Lions tour in 21. Since then, the Boks have experimented with Dweba as a starter as well as coming off the bench. Strengths: powerful ball carrier and strong on defense. Has domestic and European club rugby experience, which could be beneficial in a World Cup setup. Weaknesses: line-out accuracy is a very big issue. Lacks game time, least impressive work ethic compared to the other options. Option number 5, Handré Pollard. The conspiracy theorists will absolutely love this option, and considering the Boks are actually well covered at hooker in the current squad, is there an outside chance that he could actually be drafted in? He is fit and healthy and currently training with his club side Leicester Tigers back in the UK. Pollard was part of the wider Boks squad during the Rugby World Cup warm-up matches, but never actually took to the field and last played for the Boks back in August 22. Upon conclusion of the Rugby World Cup warm-up matches, Pollard was in the return to play phase of his rehabilitation, which means he's fully recovered from his injury and able to play if he's called up to the squad. Strengths: specialist fly half and goal kicker, solid on defense, excellent ball distribution, and he's also a senior squad leader. Weaknesses: not a very good hooker. Let us know if you think the Boks should be considering anyone else to replace Marx, and what you think of the options we've discussed in this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and happy rugby.